Okay, and Dr. Mather could not be here today, so Glenn Dromgoole is going to speak on his behalf.
Some of you may know Dr. Mather. Some of you may be his patients, for all I know. He grew up in India, trained in London, and then took some more work in Houston. And when he had finished his residency in Houston, he needed to get a job to stay in America. And the job that he thought he was going to have as a researcher or something fell through at the last minute. And he was about to he had a problem. He needed a job. And the only job he could find was in Coleman, Texas. And so he went to Coleman, practiced there for several years, and then for a while had, several practices around the big country area, and now he's been in Abilene now for a good while. He's written 3 books about his experiences, and he's a very good writer. He writes really his stories. He tells stories from the emergency room and various things, and it's like watching a TV show, really, except there's a lot of humor. I mean, they're really good. His first book is called Cowboys and Indian, a doctor's first year in Texas, and he's kept that same theme now through 3 books. Cowboys and Indian, the Great British Hospital of Texas, because in Coleman, not only was he from England, but his one of the chief assistants was also from England. And then Cowboys and Indian, specialist in the field, and he's outstanding in a field for the picture. And that's when he started taking his work as a internist around to the other towns and had a practice there until he, I think, fell asleep or something happened one time, and he decided he better get somewhere else to practice. So he came to Abilene. But his stories are really good. We carry all 3 of them at our store. We published the last 2. The first one he did through Amazon, and then it was republished by TCU Press. And then we published the next 2. He's just a really good writer and a super, super guy. He couldn't be here today because some medical conference thing came up at the last minute that he had to go to, but he asked me to thank you for having this, and hope you'll come check out his books. We have, to explain, I guess, a little bit, several of the authors didn't want to deal with selling their own books, and so we've got them over there in the Texas Star table, and they'll be happy to sign them if you want to pick up a copy. Thank you.